So, I have many questions. First of, I I did not expect today to start like this. I mean, technically today didn't start like this, but the stream started like this. I mean, I don't think Silek would disagree with me. I I think everything about that is completely accurate. Um, so yeah, I had a train of thought, but then the topic of the feminine horror of Shadow the Hedgehog came up, and now I don't have a. That is correct. You do probably know where Hammer is here. Um, I'm in danger, aren't I? Um, Maybe I should remove the door hinge again. Anyways, before I completely lose my train of thought, um, today, today, the plan is pretty simple. Um, Silic and I have been working on a, well, mainly Silic, but you make a fine point. Silic and I, well, mainly Silic, but I helped, worked on a randomizer for Sonic Colors DS. It's mostly functional already. You can play it right now. Silic, I need a link to our randomizer right now. Um, what do you mean I'm messing with you? I thought it was functional. Am I wrong? Um, uh, um, that's Twitch 2 is mostly functional. Um, Anyways, where was I? Yeah, funnily enough, in OBS it's Sonic Colors for me, like with OU. I don't know why I said Sonic Colors like that would help in any way, shape, or form. um, Anyways, as I was trying to say, we have a functional question mark randomizer for Sonic Colors DS, so um, if you want to play Sonic Colors DS randomized, have fun. But more importantly, I have a spreadsheet for all the red rings and all the levels, what you need to beat them. However, they are a bit. Uh, I'm working on it, Hexen. Like, this project was more or less a side project to making the crowd control for Sonic Colors DS. Um, it just happened to get finished first. But yeah, basically what I want to do is record videos of like me doing all the difficult tricks, like collecting items without the required wisps with a W. Um, so basically, people can just look those videos up if they need help with any specific red ring. Uh, yeah, Silic wrote me a script that allows me to disable whichever wisp I want on demand. Well, not on demand, I need to be in a level, but once I am in a level, I can always disable the wisps or enable them as I need them. Um, yeah, this time I'm not playing a randomizer. Just to be clear, I'm not doing this randomized. This is going to be in order. This Saturday, maybe? I don't think so. So, yeah. Anyways, enough preamble. Let's get started. If I was smart, I would have set up the pop tracker for this game so you can see which items I have, but I'm not smart. Oh yeah, right. I was looking forward to Blood Bowl. Um, uh, let's get started. Again, this is not going to be randomized. This is just, I mean, yes, but I could manually enable and disable the wisps. So like, that would be good to know. Ideally, maybe post in the Leaf Gang chat about that. I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty straightforward. I have a spreadsheet, as I mentioned, which I'll use as comparison. How's the audio, by the way? Am I audible? Is the game audible? It is very important that I'm not just audible, but actually, you know, on a decent level compared to the game. A, because I had difficulties with the audio the last few streams, but also just... yeah. So... okay. I'm just worried that I might sound quiet. yeah, let me turn down the game volume by a little bit. Not a lot, just like a decibel. That's the wrong direction. I'm stupid. 17... I don't know why it's at minus 17 decibels, but we are just not going to question that. Decibel, not decimal. That should be... I mean, again, if there's any issue, just let me know. Let's get started with Tropical Resort. Tropical Resort Act 1 is doable mostly without wisps. There's one exception, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But let's get into the level for now. I'll disable all red rings, just so I know where they are. And I'll disable all wisps. Because as it turns out, we don't need any wisps for anything except the second red ring. So... as you can see, I can no longer boost, I can't collect boost either. But it's fine. In fact, you see the boost capsule is just gone. And that's how the script works, basically. It just disables all the wisps. I missed that, but that's fine. can just go down here again and... That... Oh, right, I remember. Normally I would need to jump up there and use the boost to get the red ring, but I can just go backwards. I don't need to go through this wall. It doesn't collect because of the way I set up the way the script is set up, but I can just re-enable it. But yeah, this one is just... It does look really nice. I'm a big fan of the rush games. This one we cannot do without the boost. Or rather, without burst. Because we need to get up there. So, let me restart. Now we get just the red burst. You will see me restart a lot. Don't worry about that. But yeah, this one needs burst. There's, as far as I know, no way to get up there. The issue is... The issue is I need to get in here, and there's no way to get in here without burst. Because up there I can't go back. So I need to get... Once I'm in here, it's fine, but... Also, yes, I can recollect it multiple times because of the way the script works. Yeah, wall jump only works on specific surfaces. Any other red ring we can get just fine. In fact, I'm pretty sure the spreadsheet doesn't even have notes on it. Yeah. If I actually hit that, that would be nice. But yeah, you literally just need to stomp down here and you... Why are the hitboxes so finicky? You just hit it. I might want to record that, just... Let me redo the red rings now, just... If I was smart, I would have probably written a script for this, yeah. Oh, you mean the script is why it's so finicky, yes. But, okay. I want to get a clean take of this, so... To start, to get the first red ring, you just need to go through here until you get to those weird elevator thingies. Those here. Normally you would need to jump up there, but since we don't have the boost, we can't do that. But luckily we can just go back here. Because as it turns out, we can just go backwards. And for the second red ring, we need burst. There's no other way to get in here without burst. So the issue is, if we get up there, we can't get down, and if we get in here, we can't get up without burst either. I mean, that's correct. I am occasionally smart, and occasionally I'm dumb. People are allowed to be both. Okay, The third red ring is relatively easy. We don't even need red burst for this. In fact, let me just get rid of this. Okay. To get the third red ring, you need to go through here and just continue through the level until you reach this rail. It's relatively easy, you just need to hit the spring there. It's even intended to get there. If you have red burst, you can alternatively also use the top route, but yeah. These, I don't think these really will need a tutorial, but like the third one. The fourth one is just up here. You just need to be fast. And that's it. Like, there's not more to the fourth red ring than that. This one is a bit tricky. Hang on, I need to... This one is a bit tricky because you can't take the glider, because the glider skips the red ring. But luckily we can just spin dash jump up here. Was it up here? Oh right, I remember. We need to get the fourth red ring, you just need to... Hang on. Let me get this in one clean take. Okay, to get the fifth red ring, you can take the glider here. So instead, what we want to do is spin dash jump up here and try to reach that spring. That might take a few tries, but... that might take a few tries. There we go. You ideally want to land behind the platform, but I'm pretty sure if you hit the spring, you can also... you want to land behind the spring, but I'm pretty sure if you land on the spring, you can still recover that. You just need to air dash in the right moment. But yes, it is a very hard trick. This is going to need a few edits. But that's fine. Yeah, and then you just collect the red ring here, and that's it. That's the last red ring. And then you can just go to the goal like this. This level is meant to be beaten without any wisp, because it's the first level in the game. You don't even have boost yet. So it's just the usual way to the end. Ah, I missed a life. If you collect all the rings in the section, you get an extra life, but I missed one of the rings, so it's fine. That's just the end of the level. Yeah, that's a D rank, but that's not particularly surprising. I spent a lot of time just messing around to get the different red rings. I don't really need to show off the special stages because they don't change. I do think technically you have lives in the Rando, but it doesn't really matter. It's just neat to do. It's a neat little trick. Okay, next stage. Act 2 is going to be a bit more difficult. So I have a few tricks that I need to show off here. If I press the right button. So in special stage 2, let me disable the boost so I can properly show it off. As you can see, you start with a little boost, but it's not enough to actually reach. Actually, let me show it off properly. Even if you don't have to boost, you start this level with a boost, but that doesn't really help you. It doesn't last long enough. But instead of doing the chase with the Ferris wheel, you can just go down here. The issue is, after the Ferris wheel stops, there's a red ring behind the Ferris wheel, which we can't reach. Well, not the normal way anyways. But if we go to the checkpoint, we can just charge a spin dash jump and get a red ring. Oh. Let me try that again. As you can see, when you start without the boost, you still get a boost at the beginning of the level. But it doesn't last long enough to actually reach the Ferris wheel, so you can't do the Ferris wheel chase like you intended. Luckily, we can just take this bottom route here, which doesn't require the boost. The issue is that the Ferris wheel will block off a ramp, which we would normally need to reach the first red ring. Luckily, we can just go to the checkpoint like this, and then spin dash jump backwards to make it. Luckily, we can just make it to the checkpoint and do a spin dash jump here to reach the red ring. The collision is really finicky with the script. Let me try this again. So, you start with a boost, even though you don't have to boost, but it doesn't last long enough to reach the Ferris wheel. So you can't do the Ferris wheel chase like normally. Luckily there's just a path below, so that's not a big deal. But because we can't outspeed the Ferris wheel, we can't get ahead of it to get the red ring. So instead we just go to the checkpoint, like this, and do a spin dash jump to reach the red ring. Silik, can you fix that? That makes this a bit difficult to show off when I can't even collect the red ring. Why does it work when I enable the red ring? Let me try that one more time. Okay, as you can see, when you start the level, you start with a boost, but that will not last long enough to get through the Ferris wheel chase, unfortunately. So instead you can take this path below and just let the Ferris wheel do its thing. You will be blocked off from the first red ring, but that's fine. We can just take this path below to get to the checkpoint. And from the checkpoint, we can just make it back and make it to the checkpoint. I forgot to... I'm going to scream. I forgot to disable the checkpoint. The red rings. Okay, when you start the level, you start with a boost. It doesn't last long enough to make it through the Ferris wheel chase. So instead we're just going to take the path below here and just let the Ferris wheel do its thing. Try not to get squished by it. You can get squished if you get too fast. So instead of going through the Ferris wheel chase like normal to get the first red star ring, we just make it to the checkpoint and then charge a spin dash jump and make it to the red ring here. What? Why does it collect the red ring while I'm on the screen? the issue is the issue how the script works is it just permanently sets it to that value. You know what? I'll get back to this level in a bit. Let's start with... I mean, alternatively, I could just have the red rings disabled enabled all the time, but... yeah, that's awkward. Okay, Stella, can you try and fix this, maybe? Meanwhile, I'll just focus on, showing off the bosses. And then I'll really do the other levels, because this is just weird. But yeah, most of the bosses are pretty easy. I don't even use the script here to disable the bosses. Like the wisps, I'll just do it without using the wisp. Because it's easy. It is really just... hitting the boss until he stops. And can just outrun Globatron even without the boost. So... it's not a big deal. And then you just need to get him low enough so it falls down, and then 2 hits and it's enough. Globatron is not difficult without wisps. Because you're meant to fight it without burst anyway, so you're just not using the boost. I restarted the boss fight. Oops. Okay. Back to the bosses. I'm not even going to disable the script for the wisps, because I can just do this without using the wisps. This one is easy. You can't do it without boost, so you do need to boost into the pirates. The reason for that is that, simply put, Captain Jelly doesn't come down unless you hit him. So if you just homing and attack these, or spin dash into them, you can't actually hit Captain Jelly himself. So if you don't have to boost, you just can't do this fight. You don't need burst, but... you do need to at least be able to hit Captain Jelly. It's a bit slower without burst, but it's doable. Where did he go? But yeah, it's just a matter of time. And then you just need to hit him in the weak spot, and that's it. It's a relatively simple fight, just a bit tedious. But yeah, I don't know if I'll actually upload the videos for the bosses specifically. Because the boss, I keep switching up A and B. Specifically because the bosses are just simple. Like, there's not much you need to worry about with the bosses, even if you don't have the wisps. This boss actually gets more fun if you don't have the wisps. I won't disable the script because that's too much effort for just the boss fight, but... or enable the script to disable the wisps. But yeah, you can just launch these into Frigate Orcan. It's a slower fight, but I actually like that you need to engage with some of its mechanics more. Like you actually need to dodge these missiles. There would probably have been a better way to dodge the missiles, but even then it's a relatively quick, just... Not quite as quick as it would be if you had rocket. Or the boost. Ah, got hit. But it's fine, you get enough rings that it doesn't really matter. And then when he comes down, just... Don't do this. Okay, we need to restart. Okay, I won't start the script just because the wisps are... it's easy to not use wisps in the boss fight. But this fight is relatively simple. It's a bit more difficult than usual, but I do find it kind of fun actually having to engage with the gimmick of the boss a bit more. Like, needing to dodge the missile attacks when it gets down. But it does definitely make the fight slower. And you do need to be more careful about what you do. But it's relatively simple. If we completely ignore the fact that I died to the fight first time. Anyways. Drillinator is also relatively simple. Actually, Drillinator is not simple, and that's actually for a very simple reason. In fact, I don't even need to make this video, technically. So, Drillinator is gonna be boring. Mainly because we just need to do the fight normally. There's no way around it. We do need both drill and the boost. Because if we don't destroy the orbs underwater, Drillinator can heal itself. And when it heals itself, then, you know, we can't defeat it, because it heals faster than we can deal damage. So we need drill, and by extension, the boost to get drill. So it's basically just a vanilla fight. Not just basically, it is the vanilla fight. There's just no way around it. Adding to the list of reasons why Planet Wisp is the most boring part of this randomizer. But once you actually... Terminator? I don't know why that didn't hit, but... not that it matters. He can't heal anymore because we destroyed the orbs. There we go. See, I just wanted to show off what happens if he tries to heal when the orbs are destroyed. Definitely. That was my intention. Definitely. Yeah. That was Drillinator. Admiral Jelly is... relatively simple. Again, I won't enable the script just because it's too much effort, but... I can use it, no wisps, and be fine. You just need to hit him with his own minions and then he falls down. And unlike Captain Jelly, you don't need to boost into the minions to launch them into Admiral Jelly. You can just launch them with the platform. I do need to be careful because this fight is underwater, as you might have noticed. So I need to be careful to not run out of air. In the normal fight it's not that big of a deal because you can fight him fast enough, but without boost and laser that's a lot more challenging. But it's not difficult, it's just you gotta be careful. It doesn't even matter if he hits you with that attack, you just hit him and that's pretty much it. Not a difficult fight at all. Yeah. And then there's finally Frigate Scullion. Frigate Scullion is a bit more difficult than Frigate Orkan, but both are fine. Again, I didn't enable the script just because it's quicker with the boss fights to just do it without the wisps and not worry about enabling the script. You just need to hit him a lot. But it's... this attack is a bit more difficult to avoid, considering you need to... I got hit by the dropped asteroids. You need to hit it when... Let's try this again. Okay. This fight is both easier and more difficult than Frigate Orkan in my opinion. Again, I didn't enable the script just because it's easier to do the fight without wisps quickly rather than enable the script. But yeah, this attack is a bit more difficult to avoid when you can just boost into it to get Void. But it's fine. Oh, that can hit you, I didn't know that. Thank you, I'll get the script in a second. This one is relatively easy to avoid, you just need to use the platform to dodge the low attacks. And attack when the opportunity arises. I wish I had rings. But it's not too difficult, like the other bosses. As you can see, it took a lot of damage just there. And that's it. Not too difficult. Again, none of these bosses are particularly challenging, just a bit slower. Okay, now that the script is updated, let me get that really quick. And let me copy that over to the Lua folder. And hopefully this should work then. So let me reload the script. And then we can try actually doing the levels. So hopefully this should work. So let's try Tropical Resort again. To see if the script is working now. So. Okay, it does re-enable the red ring still if I start the level. Okay. The red rings in this stage aren't too difficult to get. There's one that requires burst, but otherwise it's relatively straightforward. First, just proceed through the level. So, the first red ring is right in this section. Normally you would jump up here and use the boost to get through the wall there, but we don't have the boost, so instead we are just going down here and get it just by going backwards. It's actually surprisingly simple. Heck yeah. And yeah. The second one requires the red button. Hang on. Let me try that again from the top. The second red ring just requires burst. There's no way around it. You can't get up there without burst, and there's no way from the top to get it. But it's relatively simple. But yeah, you can't get up here without burst, and you can't get down here from up here. So either way, you're just kind of stuck. You are just required to use red burst. Okay. The third red ring is relatively straightforward as well. You just proceed through the level as normal. Okay. Let me try that from the top. The third red ring is relatively normal. You just proceed through the level as normal. And once you get to this rail, you just jump to the springs and you immediately get the red ring. The fourth red ring is also relatively straightforward. You just need to get through here and move quick, and then you should easily get it. Oopsie. I need to get back to the checkpoint, but it's fast. Yeah. So chat, how's it going? I know this is a bit different than usual. Like, this is a very different format. I'm a lot more just focused on explaining what I'm doing. Okay. But yeah, so you proceed through here. After getting the fourth red ring, you just make your way down here, proceed through the level as normal. Okay. That's the fourth red ring. So, After the fourth red ring, you just proceed as normal until you reach the checkpoint here, and instead of taking the sail glider like you would in the normal level, you instead need to go down here. This is going to be a bit more tricky, so this might take me a few attempts. You need to charge a spin dash and try to reach that spring. Ideally you get past the spring, so you land on the platform, but if you hit the spring, you can also save yourself with an air dash. If you hit the spring. You can... If you hit the spring, you can use an... Maybe you can't use an air dash, actually. But once you make it past the spring, it's relatively straightforward. You just grab the red ring here and that's it. And then you just make your way through the level as normal and can beat it pretty easily. It just... I mean, this level requires no wisp, because when you start the game you don't have any wisps, so you just beat this level as normal, basically. Only the second red ring really requires any wisp in this level. And that's it. Okay. I don't need to show off the special stages since they don't require any wisps by default. Okay. Tropical Resort Act 2. Hang on. Even if you do... Hang on, let me restart the level. Even if you don't have the boost, the level starts you in a boost. Unfortunately, that isn't enough to actually get through the Ferris wheel chase. So instead we just take this bottom route. Just let the Ferris wheel pass and try not to get crushed by it. Unfortunately, we can't make it through there to get a red ring the normal way, but we can take this bottom route to get to the checkpoint. From the checkpoint, we can just do a spin dash jump over, and there's the first red star ring. That one was pretty easy. I believe this one requires burst. Let me check. Yeah, this one just requires burst. So let me get on that one real quick. Again, I will have to restart the level a few times just in cases where I can't get a clean cut, especially if I don't remember the level. Which does happen. I'm not an expert at this game yet. If I was smart, I would have downloaded the level map, but oh well. So, for this one you do need red burst. You just get up here, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's a different way to... So, let's try this again. Shall we? Don't get crushed. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I want to do the Rando more, just to get used to it, but like know more about the game. So, you need burst for this one. There's sadly no way around it, but it's relatively easy. You just get up here. And then you scream because you didn't get the height. So, let's try this again. Again, I'm sorry, this is, as I said, this is going to be a different stream. This is mainly just trying to get this until I get it right. So, you make your way down here. Try to land on the flowers, but if you don't make it, you can just land on the spring. Or do this. You do need to get fast through here. You can't do this without burst, so you need to go somewhat fast. And you just need to make it up there. So yeah, that was relatively simple. I'm going to use this opportunity to take a break because ads are about to start. Heck yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I do still need to take ad breaks because our overlords demand I do so. Hydrate, I can do that. So, yeah. Stretch, I also take a stretch. Probably just stand up during the break. But yeah. I'm having fun with this, just to be clear. It's just, it is a very different format that's less conversational, I guess. But yeah, I'll be right back. You should know Nora would do it for free. Yeah, I'm back. um, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, yeah, let's continue. I need to check it very quick. Actually, let's not continue because I need to check the spreadsheet. Oh, I remember. Oh god. Oh god. So this one is going to be funny. So, for Red Star Ring 3, we need to proceed for the level for now. Until we get... not here, afterwards. So... normally we would be expected to get through here via the boost, but we don't have the boost. You could already see Red Star Ring 3 there. So, what we need to do is a bit complicated to do this without boost. From here, we just need to go down here and then... let me try it again. Let me try it again. Okay, from here we just need to go down here and then launch ourselves. If we do that with the right angle, we should be able to get that. It's... just to be clear, this is not easy. It's also not included in easy logic. But... if you do it right... I guess we can jump from here. Maybe? No. Okay. To get to the Red Star Ring, you need to take this rail, jump. You need to... okay, to get to the third Red Star Ring, you need to charge up a spin dash here. Get up. To get a launch to get up there. That might take a few attempts. It's important that you slide down the rail, like, first go down the rail, because you get more speed that way. And then you can just get it with a well-timed air dash. Alternatively, you can also use, if you have the red boost, red burst. Alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can also just try and get up there on the loop-to-loop, which you should be able to do just by using this ramp as a launch-off point, I think. I'm not sure actually. Actually, I think you can just... alternatively, you can also just jump up here, and if you... alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can also just... alternatively, if you just... alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can charge a spin dash here and... alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can charge up a spin dash here and try to make it up the... that's it. Alternatively, if you have the red burst... alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can charge a spin dash and... I don't fucking remember how you get up there. Alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can... Alternatively, if you have to... You know what? Let me just... I knew it was possible, French. It's just... I genuinely don't remember how. Because knowing that it's possible without burst, it's kind of like, why am I even trying? I can of course just try to smuggle a red burst over. Alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can... Okay. Alternatively, if you have the red burst, you can try and get up the loop with a well-timed jump. And then you can use burst to just get over. Quick and simple. Quick and simple, right, Chad? Quick and simple, right? Quick and simple. Oh, I think what Lich is referring to. Yep, yep. Something about being paid to have fun. Something, the discussion we had earlier. Okay, I know where the fourth red ring is. I don't even need to look up where it is on the... Because it has already become quite infamous. In fact, the fourth red ring is half the reason we are even... Like, I'm even doing this. So... as you can see up there, the red ring is only reachable with the burst, with burst normally. However, if you don't have burst, you can go a bit ahead in the level until you reach this spring, which is right before the checkpoint here. However, we are going backwards, and specifically we are backtracking by using a spin dash to get up this ring. You need to jump over the speed panel, so... yeah. Instead of getting hit by the speed panel, you just jump over it and land on this loop-to-loop. Hey, free extra life. But yeah, what you're just doing is jump down here, charge a spin dash, and just jump over here. And then you can get a red star ring without needing burst. Pretty simple actually. Like, it's not difficult, it's just unusual that you need to backtrack in this game, so... Yeah. But once you get it, it's really easy. My voice is dying, so hang on. Okay. Lastly, for the fourth red ring, you go back to the checkpoint. Go all the way down. I think I might be missing the red ring actually. And all you need to do is... Is it on this loop? I stretch and hydrate. That's... You're asking a lot of me. Hang on. But I can do it at the same time. It's fun. No, I'm I don't remember where this red star ring is, but we'll find it. I have a suspicion, and I don't like that suspicion. Whoops. I might have to restart the level just. Get the recording right. So the final red star ring is normally requires red burst, but pretty sure if you go back, you can't go. Don't worry about the invisible gold, by the way. So. I don't... for what exactly? I mean... I don't think so. But either way, you can do it without boost on the basis of just being able to take the lower route. I should maybe look at the level map. This is the one level where I actually do have the level map. Because I forgot to download the level map. Don't worry about it. So... to get the last red star ring, you just need to do a bit of a stupid jump. However you reach this, however you reach these two loops, you just need to, was it here? Oh yeah, oh god. However you reach this ramp, you need to do a weird spin dash jump. Might also be easier by just... I don't remember. I need to check something really quick. Just to make sure... Oh... I see. I understand my mistake now. The issue in question is that I need to have the boost. It's not doable with just Sonic. I do need the boost. But that's just fine by me. It is intended to do with burst, but you can do it with the boost, but just Sonic is too slow. So, to get the 5th star ring, you just need to continue through the level as normal. You can't do it without boost, but you don't need burst like the level would make you assume. So, to get the red star ring with just boost, you need to get some momentum, just a little bit. I might need more momentum. So let's start from the beginning. I might need more boost. So, you need to get some momentum. I don't remember where. Hang on. I know it's there, I just don't know where. Luckily I have the map. For this level specifically, the other ones are gonna be a bit more tricky. Yeah, it's a weird launch because they expect you to have burst, so naturally it gets a bit wonky without having burst. It's a tricky jump. Yeah, I remember. Oh god, I remember. So, let me get there. It's a difficult jump. It's not in regular logic. We technically separate the logic into normal logic and hard logic. We haven't implemented hard logic yet, but I've already taken note of it. As a possibility that it exists. Okay. We need to get deeper into the level. So, let me get to the checkpoint. So, you do need burst, not burst. So, you do need boost to get the last red star ring in the stage. It is difficult. First, proceed through the level as normal until you reach this ramp. There are 2 loops right in front of it. You can't even get on top of this loop. And this is roughly where you want to end up. Above this loop is a red starring. You can see it. So, to get up there we need momentum and a good angle. It's not easy, so you might need to get a few tries. Because that isn't high enough, unfortunately. There are a few ways to restore your boost if you're running out. There are a few enemies around here, like those spinners. But it is a difficult jump. I love this game. So I do need to focus for a second, so sorry about that. So you need to get a little bit of momentum in here, so let me try. Yeah, that doesn't make it. To get high enough you need a little bit of momentum, so I should maybe not be behind here. I don't think that's possible. You wouldn't make it high enough, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, to reach the 5th red ring, you need boost, because I don't think it's possible with just a spin dash to get enough momentum. So you need to spin dash down here, get more momentum, and this one is difficult. Okay. To get to the 5th red star ring, you need a little bit more momentum to make it down this. Yeah. You're going to need a little bit of momentum, so I recommend like charging a spin dash here or something. I need to restart, I'm running out of boost. But welcome in. To give a little bit of context what we're doing here. My sister and I have been working on a randomizer for this game. Specifically an archipelago randomizer. And it's working. It is completely or not completely, but mostly functional. There are some issues with it still, but we're working on fixing those. But yeah. Yeah, it is really cool. But because some people are having trouble figuring out which item, like which wisps they need and how they get certain red star rings without certain wisps, I'm making like a guide, like several guide videos for the different levels to explain what you need to do for each of them if you don't have the wisps you're expected to do. It is a bit complicated, like some of the tricks are difficult even for my skill level. Like I'm not super skilled at this game, but I have gotten a bit more experience now with practice and like recording the logic for all of these levels. But it is a lot of work and a lot of trial and error. So if I occasionally just don't acknowledge chat to talk about like what I'm doing, that's mainly just so I have it on recording. But yeah, that sounds awesome, honestly. It is already up. Lich, do you know if the link is still in chat? Yeah, it is on the Archipelago Discord so far. It isn't yet in core, but it is already playable. Um, thanks, Alec. Yeah, the pinned link is the link to the... thanks, Zen, and thanks, Lich. But yeah, to get a 5th Red Star ring, you need a boost. I don't think Sonic can get enough speed without... Oops. I don't think Sonic can get enough speed without boost. Let me record that. Okay. To get a 5th Red Star ring, you need boost, because I don't think Sonic can get enough speed on his own to make it up there. You need to launch yourself from that ramp down there. You know you're at the right spot when there are like 2 loops here. One at the top and one at the bottom. In fact, you can jump on top of this loop to see the red star ring. If you look up, you can see it here. And what you need is to get momentum to make it up there. So I recommend making it to the other side and then using the boost to get enough height. It's a bit finicky, so it might take a few attempts. I wonder if landing... I don't know. I can try. That looks promising. In which case, I would need to reformat the script, which I don't have, but this is not scripted. I'm just improvising. But I could see that working. Hang on. That's totally doable. Okay. From this ramp, you want to backtrack up to the loop. And if you jump on top of this... I mean, it's a Sonic game. If there wasn't slope momentum jank, it wouldn't be a Sonic game. So, you want to backtrack from this ramp up to this loop. If you jump on top of it, you can see the red star ring by looking up. So, you want to get to this ramp in between the 2 loops. And using the boost, you can make it up there. So now you just need to get a good jump with enough momentum to make it to the red star ring. Okay, no, it's not possible with the spin dash, I don't think. Yeah. Let me do it one more time just to get a clean take of this. But yeah. So yeah, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm sorry that I'm a bit more disorganized than usual, but this is a very different stream than normal. Normally we are doing a lot more freeform gaming, but today I'm being responsible, I guess. Actually taking care of my projects. But yeah. Now that we can have a clean take. Maybe. I don't think there's a spring though. Yeah, I don't think there's a spring though. So, for this one you need boost, unfortunately. So, after the 4th red starring, you want to continue through the level until you reach a certain ramp. This one. You want to backtrack up to this loop. In fact, you can jump on top of this loop with a little bit of momentum. I mean. And just look up and see the red starring. So, you can simply use the momentum of the slope to try and get up. It might not be easy, but you should be able to get it. With enough momentum anyways. You should be able to make it up there. Close. You don't want to jump too late because then your angle gets flatter. And you need a steep angle to get the launch just right. Fine, another clean take. Yeah, this is how the stream is going to go today. A lot of retakes. That's okay. I'm not sure if I'll get through all levels today, and that's also okay. I will focus on the main levels for now. So the missions are later. Okay. Hopefully this time I will actually get it. That would be very convenient. But this one is a tricky jump, so I'm not too upset of not getting it. Okay. Oh. Okay, for the 5th red starring you want the boost. I don't think you can get it without the boost, because you need a lot of speed for this one. So you just proceed through the level as normal until you reach these 2 loops. You will recognize you're at the right spot because there's this ramp afterwards. In fact, you can check that the red starring is here by just jumping on top of this loop and looking up. It's right there. So, you need a boost to get a good launch off here. First try. With enough momentum, you should just be able to get the jump, but it can be tricky to line it up correctly. You need to jump off at the right time, because if you jump too early, you don't get the height, and if you jump too late, the slope becomes less steep, and your angle becomes worse. But it is doable, if tricky. But yeah, I don't think you can get the height with the spring. Now, the question is, can you get the height with the spin dash? No, I don't think so. That one seems a bit too difficult. Like, you can hear me mashing. I don't think you're getting that with the spin dash. So yeah, you'll need the speed of the boost for this. If you're running out of the boost, hang on, let me do this in a clean take. If you run out of the boost, you can go down here to the ramp again and just use the spinner enemies to collect some of the boost. And then just air dash back so you can get back to it. It's still a limited supply, but it gives you another few attempts before you need to restart the level. But yeah, it's a difficult jump. There's a reason this is in hard logic. And yeah, from there... From there you can just beat the level without the boost. Just continue onwards. And pretty much nothing should stop you. It's gonna be slower, but it's fine. Don't worry about the invisible goal if you're playing without boost. The game is weird about that. Any level except the first level gets kind of weird about the goal. If you don't have boost. Okay, that was Tropical Resort. Again, I'll do the missions later. For now I want to focus on the main mission, like main acts. So, this is where the fun begins. Because this is where it gets weird. It's an item. The boost is basically like an item in the Rando. If you don't have that item, you can't use the boost. So I guess it's a condition in that sense. But yeah, Sweet Mountain is where it gets a lot more difficult. Oh god. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm going to download the map for this one, because this one is going to be... Tropical Resort is relatively straightforward because you are not expected to have a lot of wisps yet. Sweet Mountain is where it gets funny. Very funny. So let me get the map for that area real quick because... yeah. Uh, there, for one of the red star rings, there's basically a way for every single wisp to reach it. It's just a matter of how. And a lot of paths are also exclusive to one another, so... It's gonna be funny. So yeah, give me a moment to just get the map. Yeah. Having the... You don't have to... So, there's actually a flag in the game for not having the boost. Or, in general, for not having the wisps. Because you unlock them in the game. So, there is actually a flag for every single wisp. Or rather, a shared flag for all of them. Okay. So the first red ring is going to be easy. Um, the first red ring is easy. You literally just need to jump up here. You don't need any wisp for that. Yeah. That's already it on that regard. To get the second ring, you need to get up here. I think. Let me check the map. Again, this is where I get a little less familiar with the map of the game again. Okay, yeah. I remember the second red ring. The second red ring is way deeper into the level. You want either Void, Burst, or Boost. You can just go through these bonbon barriers without the boost. You just get hit a bunch, but it doesn't actually hurt. So you just keep crashing through these. It's fine. You want to go up here. Hang on, let me move that over to the second window. Second monitor. Okay, let's do it with Void first. Since Void is kind of the unexpected one. So you can get the... You can get the second red ring just with Void. To do that, you need to get down here. And find the Void Wisp that's down here. And then try to get as much height as possible with Void as fast as possible. Because you want to be here, in this corner. It's relatively simple, but you need to be aware that this is here. Um, Alternatively, if you do have to boost, let me just restart the level so you see that I have to boost. Gosh. Um, okay. This is gonna be a lot of awkward cuts, probably, but I'll see how I'll make it at work once I'm actually editing these together. I just realized, why am I doing this to myself? Alternatively, if you do actually have to boost, you can just go back and do this. Oh. Hang on, let me try that again. You can beat Captain Jelly even if you have just the boost. But you can't do it without burst. A, because you can't get burst without the boost anyways, and B, even if you could, you would need to get up there. Alternatively, if you do have to boost, but not void or burst, you can just... No one is talking about this. Unfortunately not, because you can't beat the boss, like you can't get the Wisp without the boost. That's like the rule of the boss fights. You need to boost into the boss to get a Wisp. But yeah, now that I understand your question, unfortunately not. I was hopeful for this game. But the logic for some places is really kind of boring. Okay, alternatively, if you don't have Burst or the Void Wisp, but do have the boost, you can just use the boost to... You can just use the boost to get up here and then just boost over here to get a second red starring. Yeah. Simple as that. Where's the third one? And what does the spreadsheet say? As I said, this is where I need to start consulting the spreadsheet more. Because this is where it gets more difficult. The rest all just need burst. So the rest of the level will probably be boring. Oh, I know why. I remember. I remember now. The rest of the level will be a little bit boring because you won't get around without using the red burst. There's going to be a section relatively soon where you just ouch, where you just have to use the red burst. No matter which way you go, you don't have a choice. if you go up here, you need to get the red burst wisp to go through here. And if you go down instead, you will have to use the red burst wisp over here. But either way, you have to use the red burst. For the purpose of getting the next red ring, hang on. Where are we on the map? Okay. For the purposes of the red ring, we'll have to use the top route. The reason for that is simply because the red ring is on the top road. I hope that makes sense. Because frankly I don't know how much simply I can put that. I don't know why I'm explaining the most obvious stuff, but you know what. Okay. So you will have to proceed through the level. Until you reach the top route. Specifically after hitting the next bomb rocket. I mean, fair. Once you hit the next bomb rocket, try to stay up as much as possible to get this red burst wisp. You do want to use the top road rather than the bottom route, because the red ring is on the top route. Try to collect as many burst wisps as possible to stay in the air. And then you should be able to get it. Unless you're bad like me. But then, in case you are bad like me, yeah, you need to restart. There's no way around it. Okay. And I'm hearing, no, you're not bad at the game, you just did a trick bad. No, this is actually being bad at the game, I should be better with burst. It's one of my basic abilities. I should be better with it. Yeah. But yeah, from here on out, the red rings are basically just all vanilla for this level. So you want to use this path because only the top route has the red ring, and it's relatively simple, just do it the vanilla way. I suck at this game. Who thought it was a good idea to let me stream this? See, I wouldn't complain about sucking at this game if it wasn't my favorite game of all time, right? It's not that I expect to be good at every game I play, but I do want to be good at this game. Okay. Maybe I will not get hit by the buzzer this time. I am having fun though. This was a good idea. Makes it less monotonous. Okay, you want to take this bonbon rocket, but specifically you want to stay up, so you can get the red burst wisp. From here on out, the red rings for this level are going to be mostly vanilla, because you're going to need burst either way. Make your way down here, just keep collecting the burst wisps on the way so you keep burst to get up here. And then just make your way to the red ring, which is up here. Finally! I did miss it this time. Ads are about to start, so let's take a quick break. And I'll be right back. I probably used the corner where the ad starting thing is to show the tracker in the actual video. But yeah. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry it took a bit longer. I wanted to check if we have ice cream. We do not. Well, we do have a cup of a tub thingy of ice cream, but I didn't. I wanted something that I could eat quickly without needing to worry about putting it back into the freezer. And we do not have something like that. Unfortunate. But oh well. This is taxing on my voice. That's maybe the one thing that I did not expect. Um, this is a bit more taxing on my voice than initially anticipated. Um, but yeah, now to Red Star Ring 4. Uh, hmm, I would say Sonic Rush is Sonic Advance 4. And Sonic Rush Adventure is Sonic Advance 5, and then this is Sonic Advance 6. If we are going by math, which I don't know why we're doing that, but where's Red Star Ring 4? Let me find that. Oh, it's right up ahead. Um, so. Sonic 4 Episode 3, god damn it. Okay. Um, but yeah. Right after grabbing the third red star ring, proceed forward, not too far, and here we are. Normally you're supposed to use Void to get up here, but we don't have Void yet, so instead we're grabbing this Burst Wisp, which is supposed to help us progress, but we're not doing such a thing. We're going up here, and into this corner. That's where you find the red star ring. Pretty simple. Even if you do get hit by the egg hammer, but yeah. Now for the last red star ring. Where is it again? Also to explain what I'm doing, Panas. Welcome in, by the way. Basically, me and Silic have been working on a randomizer for this game for the last few weeks. Well, it's mostly finished already. You can check it out in a pinned link. It works with Archipelago, but basically some people had issues finding some items without the usually required wisps. So basically I'm just doing a tutorial for each level where you find every red star ring and how you beat the level without. Just simple. Currently I'm still at the main acts, and I think I'm probably not going to do anything else today. But I mean, most of the work for the Rando went through Silic. I mainly did all the logic discovering and stuff. And now it's catching up to me because I need to explain sad logic to people. So, yeah. The last red ring is... Oh, very late in the level. Right before the goal. So I'll just continue. So. But yeah, basically what I'm doing is just hydrate. I have just hydrated, but I probably should hydrate more. My voice is kind of suffering from this. This is a lot more taxing than I thought. I had hoped I could get ice cream, but we only have like a tub of ice cream and I don't wanna... I wouldn't mind taking it, it's just it would take time to eat that, and I don't want to do that during stream time. because I also don't want to put it back in the freezer afterwards immediately while streaming. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's especially a lot of talking, especially when I need to do retakes because I suck at this game, despite this being my favorite game. But yeah. I'm never as harsh with any other game on myself, but this game is just... It does sound like a great idea. It was definitely a smart idea for me to buy 2 of those. But yeah, after collecting the 4th red star ring, you just continue through the level for now. Doesn't matter which route you take. I should not die though, that would be great. Continue until you hit this bonbon rocket, and then make your way through here and... just make your way back until you hit this platform. You can also try to reach it from the bonbon rocket directly, but you can always make your way back if you miss it. It might just be a bit tricky if you don't see the platform you need to land on, but otherwise it's pretty simple. Ouch. Oh yeah, then just make your way to the end. From here it's pretty simple. The end is still invisible because we don't have boost. Because this game is weird about that. I think those are meant to be jelly beans, yes. But I'm not sure. Because they aren't really meant to be like hazards, they're just meant to like tell you, oh, you're not supposed to go free here without, or rather they are just... I guess their main goal is to encourage you to go faster, right? To use your boost or your wisp or whatever. So you don't just go through there the normal way. Okay. But yeah, currently I'm just going with a spreadsheet of which wisps are required for which level and which red starring. Oh my god, that would be a pain. So, Lich, the way it works is, in the first stage, in Tropical Resort, Act 1 specifically, you have 2 goals. Either the goal ring you have in missions and in the tutorials, which is there when you don't have boost yet, because in the story you start without the boost wisp. Then, if you revisit the stage later with the boost wisp, it has the wisp capsule, like wisp container that the other levels have as their final, like as their goal. And I suppose this switching the goal with the like the wisp capsule out with the gold ring is implemented for all levels, but not all levels have the model, like the assets for the red ring loaded. Not red ring, gold ring loaded. So I assume the code for replacing the gold with the gold ring is there, just not the assets for it. because like the animation behaves as if it was a gold ring. Like Sonic behaves correctly, the particles appear, but okay, let me check the spreadsheet really quick. I got a little distracted here, but spreadsheet. Oh. So, Sweet Mountain Act 2 is interesting. And by interesting, I mean actually kind of boring. But no, I didn't want to open Audacity. Not today. I was thinking about it, but it's gonna be... We don't know how yet, so... That's not... It's not a priority yet. But yeah, let's just get started with this level for now. So for this level, hang on. I forgot. I need to restart the level every time because I need to disable all the wisps and stuff. So for this level, you're not getting around having red burst. For a very simple reason. You can't actually go anywhere without... You're not leaving this area. So, as a consequence, you are going to need red burst for all of these. But that also means we might as well just use it. Wait, I just realized. Did I already miss the first red ring? I know the red rings in this level were a bit weird. Yes, we did. But I think we can still get this. Yeah. So, once you get down here, you can just jump down here, and... Okay, I think I need to restart the level. So... I don't need to repeat this part. You need to grab this red burst wisp and get into this hot air balloon and then just make your way all the way over here. Wait. Ah, this one is difficult. I mean, it's not really difficult, I'm just playing mad, but... So, you need to make your way up here, like normal. Great start! Great start! Okay. So, you make your way... So, you make your way up, No, I need this. I need that balloon. So. So, you make your way up here with burst, and be sure to get on top of this loop. So you can get this red burst wisp. You needed to get into this hot air balloon and make it rise. Go through here, and then get all the way up here. That's basically just a vanilla way of doing it, but you know. That's kind of the thing with this level, it's going to be a lot of just doing it the vanilla way. Because you need red burst from the beginning, so there's not really much else to say. Let me find out where the second red ring is. Where is the second red ring? I mean, I know the stage is long, but... Okay... I think I know where it is, and it's relatively simple, but it's very far ahead. That's very deep into the level. Okay. I mean, true. You are correct. Okay, for the next red starring, you need to make sure that you reach the top of the... like the top route. So, make your way up here, and just continue onward. Yeah, I missed it. But that's okay. We can make our way up. I should probably still find the correct path. As I said, there's going to be a lot of resetting. It's fine. Oh no, whatever am I going to do? Yeah, if you don't make it up the loop, you can also just use this jelly to get back. And then just make your way up. Afterwards, try to stay on the top route. For that, just use this jelly to get this burst, and if you get knocked back, just grab it again. And then just try to stay on this top route. You want to end up in this balloon, but jump over here. And this is where you... If you don't get knocked all the way over. This is where you just need to... Ouch. This is where you just need to use this to launch yourself upwards. And then you should be at the red ring. Yeah. You can also launch yourself from the bottom of the ramp to the platform for the same effect. Actually, it's probably easier if I just say... just launch yourself from the ramp to reach this platform and don't miss the red ring. Just use this ramp to launch yourself up and... Just use this ramp to launch yourself up and... Then you should be able to get the red ring. Okay, sorry, word. I'm currently trying to record a guide for the randomizer that me and my sister wrote, so... I am trying to, like, if I'm not responding immediately, that's because I'm trying to record something. But welcome in, how are you doing? Hydration. But yeah, where's the next red ring? That's good. It's always good to take a breather. Especially when you're busy. I'm trying to hunt for these red rings. Specifically try to find ways to get them in unintended ways. So I have a reference video for the randomizer. Now we just need to proceed until we get to the next... There's no way, right? There is indeed no way. Okay, for this one we need Void as well as Burst, on basis of needing Burst to get this far. So, after you collect this one, continue onwards. Ouch. Continue onwards. You're going to need Void for this one. Ouch. Did I overshoot it already? That would be annoying. No. Perfect. Where am I? Where am I though? Oh, I did miss it. That's unfortunate. Stretch. I agree. I mean, technically there's Puyo Puyo. If you are so inclined. Because technically Puyo Puyo is just Mean Bean Machine, or rather the other way around. Mean Bean Machine is just a localized version of Puyo Puyo. I mean they have a cameo of Sonic as an bonus character in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, but I do agree we need like a Puyo Puyo game. Like Puyo Puyo Sonic game. I mean, Al also is coming to Crossworld later. Crossworlds later. Okay, you just make your way up here. Try to reach top route. If you don't get it on the first attempt, you can just grab the Burst Wisp again. So it shouldn't be too difficult to reach top route. And from there, just continue until you reach this balloon and then just jump over. Ouch. Once you're at the bottom of this ramp, just spin dash up and you should be able to get to the red ring. I said, once you're at the bottom of this ramp, just spin dash up and you should be able to get the red ring. There we go. One clean take. Mina Bean. God damn it. Mina Bean machine. From here, continue onwards until you reach another rail. And instead of jumping up, jump down from the rail and use the Void Wisp. You can't do this without Void, since there's no way to really reach this red ring any other way. But it's relatively easy, just float up here and you have it. Okay. I mean, I guess Kirby's Avalanche could also be called Puyo Puyo. Puyo. That would be actually kind of funny. Where's the next red star ring? / the second to last. Oh. That one is simple. That one doesn't need Void either. Let me disable Void again since we don't need it anymore. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. That would be funny. That would be very funny, actually. Okay, just continue onwards for now, and once you get to the next Bonbon Rocket, just go up. Try to avoid this. I'm going to scream. If I have to restart this level one more time, I'm going to. Why so serious? Because this is the fourth, probably fifth time actually that we restarted this level. It's getting old. Ouch. It's getting old. Ouch. You know what? When I already have this opportunity, I can also do a new take of this. Um, After the second red starring, wait until you reach this field of jelly, and just go down here. I forgot to add void. Just wait until you reach this field of jelly, and just stay down. Instead of going onto the rail. Grab this Void Wisp, because you're going to need it. There's no way around it, unfortunately. And just go through here. Again, this is basically just the intended way to get this red star ring, so nothing special to mention here, really. Okay. Low, but never zero. I don't know, Ref reply. Maybe. Okay, continue onwards until you're on the balloon here. And then take this rocket. Try to stay on the upper path. Because up there is... Yes? Did you... Why is everyone just now realizing that I'm a walking, talking Sonic Colors reference? I have not been subtle. Void and Frenzy, yes. Or rather, Frenzy and Void. Try spelling that together. Okay, after you collected the... Anyways. Just continue until you reach... Ouch. Just continue until you reach this hot air balloon and make your way down. Take this bonbon rocket and try to stay on the top route. The red star ring is just over here. That's, again, basically just the intended way of getting this, but at this point you're not getting much more creative than this. I mean, I know, I just prefer doing it now, because I'm not going to do it if I'm going to do it later. ADHD do be like this. And I guess the last red starring is just... Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember. Okay. And now to make our way to the last... I was having a conversation here. And now to make our way to the last red star ring, we just continue onwards. There's no way to miss it since that section is forced. It's right up here, as you can see. And you just need to grab this Burst Wisp and get it. Theoretically, there's also a Void Wisp at the top route that could get it to you, but... since you're required to have Burst anyways, it doesn't really matter. And then just continue onward as usual to beat the level. And then continue onward as usual to beat the level. And then continue onward as usual to beat the level. And there we go. We've touched the invisible gold ring. How is this a C rank? I did horrible. No. No, thank you. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to edit this yet. But either way, I think doing it this way helps me just conceptualize which sort of voiceover I want to do either way. Even if I'm not... Special stages are a check, but I don't need to do anything for them because they are... The special stages aren't difficult. I should maybe mention something, but that isn't really relevant. To get the Cyan Chaos Emerald, or rather, special say, Cut! 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 Let's try this again. Okay. To get the 7th station... Cut! I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay. Hydrate. I can hydrate it. I think I'm more like dehydrating, but... I am having fun though. I hope you all are having fun. This is stupid. I'm glad. This is... Breathe in. Breathe out. I think you said that before. I'm having déjà vu. Which might be part of the troll, to be honest. Okay. To get special stage 7, you basically just need to collect enough rings in any of the versus mode stages. The easiest, in my opinion, is Tropical Resort Act 3, but there's probably an easier one as well. But this one is easy enough to get all the rings and still beat the Uh, opponent. Okay. Starlight count. Oh god. God, no. Starlight count. Okay. Just to be clear about the stage. I have tried very hard to beat the stage without rocket. With laser, but without rocket. It is almost possible. And I mean almost. The issue is that literally on the last rocket wisp you can find in that stage. You have to use it. There's no way around it. And believe me, I tried. I tried very hard. And I did some stupid stuff just to be able to maybe do it. And, oh god, this is just going to be horrible. Let me get a map for this stage real quick so I remember where all the where all the red rings are. It's gonna be... it's gonna be a pain. I'll say that much. Speaking from personal experience. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I'm fine. I am fine. We can do this. Okay. So, first red ring is going to be relatively easy. I think I still remember where it is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me disable all wisps and restart. Okay, so the first red ring is relatively easy. Since you can't use rocket, you just need to catch the top route on that rail there. But it's relatively simple. Which might make this the only simple red ring in the stage. So, for literally all else of these, we need one of the wisps. So. The first one is relatively... This first one is relatively simple, but the second one is... Where is the second one? Let me check the map. I know it's relatively late. Yeah. So for now, we just continue. Um, um, we do need rocket for this, but it will take a while until we need it. Um, uh, oh, this is the wrong path, that's why. I mean, it's doable with either rocket. Like, I'm going to need rocket anyway, so. But I thought I did enabled rocket. Uh, uh, um, uh, um, I don't know. Which of these fixed it? It's not you. Uh, no? That's kind of rude, actually. And I know you're just joking, but you know, um, okay. I I am confusion. Okay. Did she? Is it yellow drill? Yeah, I think Silic's. Okay, okay, I'm confusion. I think Silic mixed up drill and rocket. Um, which I think is because they are switched in the code as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, I should restart the level. My brain. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. And I'm probably going to call it after this level. And I am getting tired. My voice is getting tired too. Which does mean I'll have to do this again. Yeah. Probably after this level I'm going to call it. But I do still want to finish it because I started it now. So, I am doing good actually. Besides questioning my sanity. Um, but you know, I'll live. So yeah. Um, that's probably fair. So yeah, after collecting the first red ring, just continue onward for now. It doesn't really matter how you continue. But since you need rocket for this next red star ring anyways, uh, might as well take the path with rocket. If I wasn't bad. So, go up here. And launch onto this rail. Am I missing this now? No. I think I missed it. No, actually, we're fine. Are we fine? No. Dang it. Dang it. It happens. I did know that. I would appreciate if you could say slightly less random things. Usually I wouldn't mind, but I'm trying to do a semi-serious guide here. So, you know. I mean, it is an interesting fact, it's just, you know. I'm messing up again. So yeah, continue up here. Ideally make it through here. And then, instead of taking the rocket on the side where you get it, make your way up here. Dang it! I forgot to disable the red ring. Okay. After collecting the first red ring, continue through here. And basically just continue through the level for now. It doesn't really matter which path you take, but obviously, since rocket is required for the next red ring, might as well take the route with rocket. Just continue onwards until you hit this launcher. You need to reach rocket here, so you can get up here. If you don't make it, that's fine. You can just make it down there and get rocket again. If you don't make it up, you can. If you don't make it up, you can just jump down here and get rocket again. I missed. I missed it again. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. How did I miss it? How did I miss it actually? Oh, I should have jumped. No. Well, that's just me being stupid. I mean, I don't mind you talking. It's just I would appreciate if you could turn the unhingedness down just a smidge compared to usual. You do know I appreciate your company. Okay, so we continue onwards. You need to make this jump to get to this launcher. You need to be able to grab this rocket wisp. If you don't make it onto this platform, by the way, no worries. You can just jump down here and grab the rocket wisp again. Yes, definitely. No, the goal is actually to show how many, like how you get the red rings and stuff without the wisps. Like without having the rocket wisp, or without having the laser wisp, or without having boost, or whatever it is. This is for the randomizer of this game, which me and my sister made. Try to make it onto this rail and then just try to launch yourself with this launcher as far as possible, so you can get the rocket wisp. If you don't make it onto the platform, that's fine. You can just get down here again and grab the rocket wisp. Once you make it through here, just jump over and grab the rocket wisp. Instead of using the normal pathway, which is indicated by where the rocket wisp is, go up here instead. That should get you to the second red ring. This took way too long. Next red ring. Let me check where it is on the map, I know it is relatively late in the level. Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 are relatively late. What does the spreadsheet say I need? Um, I need just laser. Um, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I remember. So, to get red starring 3 and 4 with just laser, first of all you need to not do that. So, to get red starring 3 and 4 with just laser, you need to make it all the way through the stage without using rocket. It is possible, but complicated. First you need to get up here and go left instead of going the usual... What? Let me guess. Let me guess. Oh yeah, I noticed that she switched them up. What the heck? So, Silic switched up orange rocket, yellow drill, and cyan laser in the tool. Orange rocket is on the button for yellow drill. Cyan laser is on the button for orange rocket. And I guess yellow drill will be on cyan laser. Anyways, let's restart the game again. Or stage again. To get red starring 3 and 4 without rocket. To get red starring 3 and 4 without rocket, you first need to do the same thing you needed to do for red starring 1. And then continue onward. Instead of going to the right, like with rocket, we are going left to grab this laser wisp and continue onward. Then we need to make these jumps. But we can't grab rocket like for red starring 3. We can still make it up here though. And then we can't make it up there. Where do I need to go from here? Hang on, I need to figure this out. Um... Oh, yeah. This is going to require some backtracking as well. So... continue forward for now. Until you reach... Continue forward until you reach this section with these rails. Instead of going on this rail to the right, we are jumping over the dash panel and go back. That means we need to go through here and run up here and jump over. And then do the same over here. Jump over until you're finally reaching this speed check. Take this rail. Take that rail. Until finally we reach this speed check. Make your way up. Use the spring to launch you up. And then jump on this rail and this rail. Use this launcher to launch yourself. And grab this laser. This is complicated, but yeah. This is probably the best way to get up here. Okay, from this checkpoint, just continue for now with laser. Which is not the intended way, but it's fine. Since you can't continue with rocket, which is down there, which would be down there normally, try to make your way up here again and launch yourself with the spin dash up here. Which, if you do the jump correctly, should allow you to get into that launcher, which will get you to the red star ring. From there, you just need to use laser to get there. However, if you fall off here and fall into this pit where you're expected to use rocket, there is a way to get back without rocket. It's not easy, but I should probably show it off, just to make sure. At the bottom of the slope, just spin dash up. At the bottom of the slope, just spin dash up and try to reach this platform here. From there you can spin dash jump over and get back to the launcher, which should get you back to this rail section. Which means you can get back to the launcher, which means you can get back to the red starring. It's not easy, as you can see I'm mashing quite a bit to get the speed. But then you can just use laser to make it to the red starring. If laser overshoots you like this, then just spin dash back up this rail and grab the red starring. And there we go. And via the same way, you can get to this section down here. Where you also need to use laser to get through these walls. To get to the 4th red starring. However, this is where the journey ends, because you need Rocket to get to the 5th red starring. So let us get Rocket real quick. There's no way to get the last red ring without Rocket, or reach the goal for that matter. It is right here, but you do need Rocket to beat the stage anyways. So yeah, that's that stage. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious now. Is it technically possible without Rocket? Oh god, it might be. Oh no. Oh god. Hang on. Let me get back to the 4th red starring. I agree. In which case I would need to update the logic, but... So, I mean, I've looked at the map, it looks very possible, which is... terrifying. I don't like the reality that this might be possible. Not only that it might be possible, but feasible. Ouch. So, let's see if it is actually possible. So... Oops. Oopsie. Nope. Get back here. Okay. Let's see. I'm not liking how this seems increasingly possible. The more I think about the layout. The level is not going to be possible, but... I guess that's one way of doing this. Not how I wanted to get in there, but... It is my favorite game. This is... That's not even... hyperbolic, like, this is my favorite game. I don't think it has as much random potential as SA2 does, like Sonic Adventure 2, but... Okay. Screw you too, Laser. Okay. After getting the 4th red star, it might seem like you're stuck here without Rocket. However, can actually turn around. Ha! And that's because you're stuck without Laser. If you're stuck here without Rocket, you might have to restart or take an intentional death. That's weird. Also, hi Z, welcome back. That's not a red star ring I wanted to remove. I'm still on this. Hope you got some good nums. I'm probably not going for too much longer because my voice is giving in. But I do want to know now. Um, I think so, yes. In which case, dear God. I know, right? Z was actually there when I was testing the logic for the stage. So he saw me reach the end. Okay. Up! I overshot it. It's fine. As I mentioned, you can do this without. You can get back up. It's just a pain. It's just a pain to do, so. To be fair, it was less being mad about this game and more being mad about me almost making it. It was a travesty, really. Yeah. Sonic, get back here. Okay. Okay. So, after collecting the third red star ring, you can make it to the top route here. Collect the extra life for good luck. And if you keep on this top route until the end, for which you might need to spin dash here to get... I'm just mildly upset, it's fine. Okay. So, what do you do if you fall off? Simple. Spin dash jump up. Always spin dash jump up. But this is not where we want to go. We want to go back. I should stop jumping. Although I'm getting some crazy speed with this. So... Make your way up here. Jump. I'm starting to think it's not possible. Call it a hunch. But it does feel possible. And I know better than to say it's impossible. I mean, I do like Sonic Colors a lot. Unless you mean Pong, in which case it's also a timeless classic, I guess. I don't know why I torture myself like this. I don't think it's possible from here, to be fair. So, let's try it from here again. So, go up here. Collect extra life. So, you need to be fast enough to trigger this speed trigger. Yeah. I don't know if I can get enough speed. It feels like I should be able to, but... So... You need to be able to trigger the speed check. Like this. And then you need to trigger this one. Although you can dodge it. And then you get it without... yeah. I need a clean take of this. But I can just lose a life and try again with a clean take. I do need to update the spreadsheet though. Oh god. Oh god. It's doable. I don't think that's possible. Not without Rocket. Hey, murder me, please. Hey, gents, can you murder me, please? Thank you. Okay. So... you take this path. Charge a spin dash as much as possible once you reach the speed check. And then take me out with a gun. God damn it. We go again? At least there's an extra life right here. Almost like they knew I was going to try this. Fully charge a spin dash as much as possible at the speed check here. And then let's try this again. God damn it. Once you reach the speed check, charge a spin dash as much as possible to get enough speed. If you don't get it, you can... Never mind. I will get it eventually. Eventually. Once you reach once you reach the speed check, charge a spin dash as much as possible, and continue to use the blue rails until you make it over here. And then just fall down here. You still will need Rocket to actually beat the level, but... hey, you got it. Yeah, that's it. Let me just... But yeah, there's no way you can get up there without Rocket. It's too high of a jump. You would need to somehow smuggle a laser there, and I don't know how you would do that. But yeah, that's... I think this is good for today. I still have to do Starlight Carnival 2, but... Oh well. Thank you all for being here, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Even if it was a bit of a pain. But yeah. I'll probably do the... I'll probably do more of this later. So like, another stream. Maybe on Wednesday, but we'll see. I might also be back tomorrow, because I know Hexen wants to do Blood Bowl too, but I don't know what the plans for that exactly are. Elena's live, I guess, so... that's right, Elena. How do you spell her new name? I know she changed her username not too long ago. She's currently doing Pokemon Champions, which I'm a big fan of that game. Thank you. I also just copy and pasted it, but thank you anyways. But yeah, she's a fellow member of the Leaf Gang and also Fringe's wife. And yeah, she's currently doing Pokemon. Also, fellow Randomaniac, so heck yeah. Um, raid message. Uh, I don't know. Um, I'm sure. Let's go with that. Use whatever Rando emote you like. And I'll see you all around.